Welcome to Catholic Views, where we get to know the faith and those who live it. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. On the show with me today will be Father Tad Pacholczyk. He is a senior ethicist with the National Catholic Bioethics Center, and we're going to talk about IVF. It's a very popular topic right now, not always for the best reasons. So we're going to talk about what the church teaches, why it teaches that, what is it that makes IVF morally unacceptable, and some alternatives to IVF. So stick around for that conversation. Father Tad is one of the smartest guys probably on the planet. So, but really easy to listen to. So first we have Dr. Chris Bergwald with us for Dr. Biblical Bites with Dr. B.
There we go.
Yes, I got it.
Hey, Renee. What's today, Renee?
I think it's going to be the third Sunday of Lent.
It is the third Sunday of Lent. You are correct. So this is the first reading for this year, year C, so Luke's Gospel. But the first reading is from Exodus chapter 3, one of my favorite passages in the Bible. It's Moses in the burning bush.
Oh, okay.
So Moses has fled, and we know this especially from Charlton Heston's portrayal
Of
of Moses in the Ten Commandments.
very accurate,
or
I'm
the
sure.
Prince of Egypt for younger audiences.
Right, yep.
But Moses had fled Egypt after he killed the Egyptian, having been raised in Pharaoh's court. And he goes into the desert and he marries a Midianite woman, and he's tending a flock. And in Exodus chapter 3, we get this story about how he sees a bush that's not burning, not being consumed. It's a flame, but it's not being consumed. It's strange. He goes over, and God, who's manifesting himself, it's a divine manifestation, a theophany. God speaks to him from the burning bush and tells him that I'm going to send you back into Egypt, back to my people Israel. I've heard their cry. I've witnessed the affliction of my people in Egypt. I've heard their cry of complaint against the slave drivers. I know well what they are suffering. Therefore, I've come down to rescue them from the hands of the Egyptians and lead them out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey. So this is picking up right there. It's the end of the first reading for Mass. Moses said to God, "But when I go to the Israelites and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, if they ask me, what is his name, what am I to tell them?" God replied, "I am who I am." Then he added, "This is what you should tell the Israelites. I am sent me to you." So I love this passage. I'm going to try to briefly talk about two reasons why. I know. So, so what name? What's your name? I know you're the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. But the name in a Semitic culture, inclusive, it's really important.
Yeah.
So Moses asks, with respect. I mean, he removes his the sandals from his feet, for it's holy ground. But what's your name, so I can tell people this is the God who has sent me to you? And God gives what's in one way a coy response.
Right.
I am. Yeah, I know you are, but what's your name? I am. It's sort of like, the...
Who's on first?
Yeah, exactly, that whole thing. But it speaks, actually. So it's sort of like, no, my name, because to know a name means you have some degree of familiarity and even control over it. And
Okay.
you can't control me. And yes, I do want you to become to know me, but you can't control me. I'm not a genie that you can just rub the, whatever, and all. Yes, Moses, what can I do? What wishes shall I grant for you? Nope. It also speaks to who he is. I am existence itself.
Yes.
I am pure being. So Bishop Barron runs with this a lot. And the other thing, just real briefly, the burning bush, Bishop Barron also points this, it's not consumed. God is not in competition with his creatures. He desires a relationship with us. He is beyond our imagining, but he comes near to us to save us even today as his children now.
Really good stuff, Dr. B. Thank you.
You bet.